How do we balance life? Work and school can be very demanding, but there are rewards for you to benefit from. Today, we are reviewing nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, which are my favorite. These are not just words on a page, but the building blocks of language you can use to express yourself more effectively. We will go over some definitions. I will provide artwork that I have sourced from the internet, ensuring, sorry, that's my family leaving the house, ensuring we have engaging visuals to aid our learning. So let's get to work, class. So I'm sure you have went over nouns, but we're going to go over it for as a refresher for other students, because other students, we forget sometimes what a noun is. So a noun is a person, place, animal, thing, or idea. So you look at the first example, person, man, a girl named Anna or Anne, girl, Steve, child, grandma, grandpa, place, Paris, France. Hopefully, I can save enough money maybe and go there one day. I heard it's a very beautiful city and very expensive. School, home, Asia, continent, space, outer space, or space in your living room, kitchen, animal, dog, cat, whale, lion. I like to be a lion. I think it's my favorite animal. And there's an adage. We're always gonna talk about some adages. A lion has nothing to prove in the jungle, but something to think about. Maybe we can talk about that later. Bee, bull, lizard. A thing could be a book, pencil, apple, flower, disease, if someone is sick, shoe, cap, like a hat that we wear. Before we go on, I would like to share a joke in Spanish because I think you can learn by using jokes or music. That's a great way to learn another language, by listening to music. But for me, I need more. It's got to be fun. So I don't want you to come here and it's boring. Oh, I'm tired. I got a million other places to be. So here's a joke.
Papá, ¿por qué no tengo ni un iPhone, ni iPad, ni iPod? Porque no hay dinero.
So it's difficult when you're trying to think of the verbs, past tense or present tense. So we're going to go over some examples. First one you see is walk. There's run, ride, stand up, sit down. You might tell your kids when they're acting bad, sit down, take a breather, or time out. Turn on the lights. Another thing, my children always forget to turn off the lights because they're not paying the electricity bill. Open, close the doors. Can you open the door for me, please? Can you close the door for me, please? Give. The picture is give, like a gift. People love gifts, right? Laugh. We all need laughter in our life. Think, cry, listen, play, read, write, climb, win, fight. These are all verbs again. Sing, singing, dancing, dance, watch TV, cook, cooking, wash, washing, pull, as if you're pulling a rope, push. And that was my cat Mars, so sorry. Throw away, garbage, talking, wait, like you're waiting at an airport when an airplane flies, eat. Mars, I'm working, sorry. Drink, drinking. What is this one? Sleep, I love sleeping. And then the last one is a picture of people happy. So I am going to move over to the next section of verb, and I'm just going to focus on the term walk because if we can understand how we can put walk in a different senses, if we're talking about yesterday, or if we're talking about today, or we're talking about the future, we could understand how we can communicate and or write more effectively. I have to go check up on my cat. Sorry, I'll be back. Mars is my family cat. We've been had him for like 7 years. It's it's funny, or no, no. I think you can learn a lot about love. For those who own dogs or cats, especially dogs. Dogs, when they, another adage, a dog is a man's best friend. I think we can learn a lot from animals. It's great to have pets. It's terrible when they get sick because, excuse me, because it's very expensive to mucho caro, right? Very expensive when you go to the veterinarian to see the pet doctor, if I may. Um, but they're just wonderful creatures, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But let's get back to the business at hand. And we're going to get into adjectives. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're going to get into verbs. I was going to give you an example of the walking. So Mars really kind of took me out of my rhythm here. The present tense of verb walk is walk for the first and second person, singular or plural. And walks is for the third person, singular. I don't know if we're going to have time to get into first person narrative, second person narrative, or third person narrative. But I want to go back to the examples of the verb walk in different tenses. Present, I walk, you walk, he walks, we walk, they walk. Present, progressive, I am walking, you are walking, he is walking, we are walking, they are walking. Past, I walked, you walked, he walked, we walked, they walked, so on and so forth. Past perfect, I had walked, you had walked, he had walked, we had walked, they had walked. Ed, you see the ed, so that shows the reader, or when you say that you're talking about the past. Future, I will walk, you will walk, he will walk, we will walk, they will walk. And I just, it's good that we're learning, but we need to take from this not just the speaking and the writing, but walking is very healthy. If you, and some of you already know that, I think majority of you know that already. Life can be very stressful at times, and sometimes we don't know how to cope with the problems, the everyday problems that we face. Walking, I assure you, if you go out and walk, maybe around the park, maybe in your neighborhood, for 20, 30 minutes, maybe play some music, or not play any music, just enjoy the natural landscape, or the natural offerings of the trees, and the birds, and the streets. It's just amazing how you can relieve so much stress by just walking. And that's my take on that. And we are moving on to adjectives, which is my favorite part because I love describing things. And that's for those who are planning to be writers, or want to tell stories to their children. Adjectives can take your audience to that place that you are describing. Adjectives help create your story and create your exciting conversation. When you describe a place or person, it's essential to take your reader to that place, or describe the person so your listener can understand and visualize who you are talking about. For example, here's an introduction to a short story. I'm leaving my homeland and traveling on foot, through the hot summer desert for many days. Sometimes I wonder if I will eat again or if my children will have a future in our new country. We fled tyranny from our government, which wanted to jail us for protesting, or even worse, give us the death penalty. I chose to leave my cherished home with nothing, a chance to start a new life somewhere where I can be free. It was worth going on this brutal and scary journey. We packed the little food we had left and the clothes on our backs in our backpacks. It seemed the mountains were the guards for God. The trails of tears were endless. My children complained of pain and fatigue through their walking to a place that had no specific destination. So I had to pay a driver with most of the money I had to survive. The truck driver would take us 900 miles to a place where liberty is protected. The space in the truck was crowded with other mothers and fathers with their children. Their worrisome faces, I felt. I could see the fear. I felt like I was looking in the mirror. We got to the borders at night, and the stars were out supervising the lands, a land that considered me a stranger. We had some ways to keep traveling north. Many families were moving in the direction where the weather was producing cold winds. We walked and walked until the sun rose. We were in a land that speaks a new language. We finally got to a shelter. A family who spoke our language was welcoming and preaching that they were God's servants and provided us with a room and hot food, a bathroom that allowed us to cleanse ourselves with the warmest waters that washed away our sweat and tears. The bed that took me in, I fell into a deep state where I started to dream about my new life with my family. Thank you for viewing. If you like this video, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again. I wish you well.